Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me. This is Gail. I have some very overdue outgoing Christmas mail for you today. This is going to Meeka 32, who is my bestie, and she has been waiting patiently. I know 2020 was a struggle for everyone, but I have just been struggling with my mojo. I feel like it's finally coming back though. You know, sometimes you just get in a rut, that's how it goes. So this has actually taken me literally forever, but I'm finally done. So I just wanted to share what I have made here. So in the Hey Santa department, I have made a wand. She is thick. I love it. So it's very dimensional. This rosette here, this back one, is using one of the clearance dies I got at Hobby Lobby. I will try to remember to link it down below if I can find it on Amazon. On top of that, I have one of the Dollar Tree snowflakes. And then I've got some of this like eyelash trim kind of in there. On top of all of that, I have one of the Tim Holtz snowflake. I think I have the die right here actually. This is a Tim Holtz snowflake rosette. So this is the die. You need the extended platform. It's really long, but it comes out to just a beautiful, beautiful rosette. And you can see it kind of peeking out here in places. Then I have two of the glittered snowflakes from the My Little Christmas section at Hobby Lobby. I have a puffy star from my collection, a little resin star from my collection that I have used there. I did up this little double bow on top of this chipboard piece, which is an ornament. And so I just put two bows there and one of the stars on top. I laid another piece of chipboard with some eyelash trim kind of hanging off of it. I punched a hole using my crocodile thingy, you know what it's called, I can't remember at the moment, and I put these little ornaments, which are also from the Hobby Lobby My Little Christmas section as well, so I just put those on a little dangle just to add some fun. And I really am happy with the way this came out. I use these dowels, they're 3/16 of an inch, and I get these at Walmart. I want to say they're a couple bucks, maybe $3, and I just break it like I just kind of break it. I guess you could use a cutter or a saw or something, but I just break it and shove the part that's like, you know, pokey, spiky up into this end so that no one will ever see it. And then it just makes it really sturdy and heavy. And so you don't, you know how your wands will bend. This way it won't bend at all. I just have some trims here. This actually came from Marla in the rack she sent me, and just some heart trim. I think this is from Christina, and some eyelash trim that came from Hobby Lobby. I don't believe they carry it anymore. But this is just a really pretty wand. I'm really happy with how it came out. You can see there how thick it is. And then I made one of these caddies. I'm not sure. I will have to go back and reference. I used Patty's tutorial, but I want to say I watched the original tutorial of the person who made this into a small. I want to say it's Tasha's Crafty Corner. I will have to reference that and list it in the comments. I mean, in the down box below. But this is a Hey Santa craft caddy. And I kind of just threw everything in here. At this point, Meeka's like, girl, just take whatever you have and throw it in a box. And packaging isn't my strong suit anyway. So I made this dangle. And instead of packaging it up, I just went ahead and put it right here on the little ring that I have here on the side. So I'm just dangling that down the side. I have a couple shaker bows here excuse me, that I used the paper, and then just some gold foil paper for the top. So those are two shaker bows. I finally found a shaker method that I like. I was just cutting these and like doubling up paper. I tried these little craft foams, that's adhesive foam. I hated it. It did not work for me. It warped on size. But Wendy, who is Wandy Sweets, had a tutorial for this shaker bow. She has this die, maybe a different size, but same concept. And she used the foam from the Dollar Tree, like you get in the school section, like the big pieces of foam, and you just cut it down and run it through your die cutter. It's amazing. I'll never go back to doing it any other way. I have shared some of these puffy hearts from my stash. I have two little shaker embellishments here. This one came out really badly. I was trying to use the adhesive foam I got from Amazon, but it came out terrible. But you know what? I made it, so I just went ahead and put it in there. And I wanted to try Mary Day's one because I had this little bow left in my stash from last year, and I just thought it looked really cute on the snow globe ornament, so I thought that was cute. And then these are just the negatives from a couple of the pieces that I made her. So these are the parts that would have gotten thrown away, so I just went ahead and glued the paper to the foam board, and she can use those as chipboard stickers or, you know, embellish them up as embellishments. Here is the memory decks card I made. So I use a KS Craft Hannah die, the ugly sweater die. Sequins keep getting everywhere that they're not supposed to be. And maybe, let's see. Alright, so I just made a little shaker sweater there. Kept it very simple with the embellishments on the front. I just used one of the dies and a couple of the puffy stickers from the collection. I just used an accordion fold paper here. I printed the Very Merry Sentiment from the collection onto shimmer paper, which is an idea I actually got from Meeka, and just use a couple of gems from my stash. Those came from Hobby Lobby in the bead section, and I highly recommend. They're getting rid of the coupon, but that kind of stuff goes on sale half price every few weeks. But I highly recommend that. This is, I just used pretty much traditional colors on this shaker. So this is a shaker stocking, and I have some of the little beads from KS Craft Hannah in there as well. This one I kept super traditional except for the pink and teal in the sequin mix. But she can embellish these further if she likes. And it just ripped, but I'm just gonna go with it, Meeka. I'm going with it. This is just a little ornament from Starbucks, and it's Atlanta, and she lives in Sacramento, and I say we're besties. We've actually never met in person, but we got paired up on a swap randomly years ago, and we have talked pretty much every day since. We just have so much in common, and it was just meant to be. So here we just have this Atlanta ornament. It's really cool. So we have a dogwood is our tree. We always have a dogwood festival here at Piedmont Park. It's just got a drink. It's got a peach. It's got a NASCAR car. It's got the Capitol building, donuts, Starbucks, I guess, whatever. We have the aquarium, so they've got little fishies here. And this little guy is one of the centerpieces from the botanical garden. So I just thought that was just a really cute thing to add in there. And here I just have some wrapped beads that didn't end up on the dangle, so I just went ahead and threw those in as well. This is the frame I made her. These little frames I used to get at IKEA, but they've been out. I haven't been able to get them since the pandemic, so I picked up similar ones from Amazon. It worked just fine. I spray painted it red and then just added these elements. So we just have some cutouts from the paper, from the 6x8 paper pad, some of the ephemera pieces. I've used a couple chipboards here, a puffy sticker, one of the stars from my stash. This is a bow from my stash with one of the charms from the collection. So I just thought that was a really cute little piece of decor that she could have out all the time. And I use mostly red and green, but there is a little pink in there. And then I just have couple little snow and cocoa things. So, well, I was going to put this in the box, but I can't find any of my shred. So I'm just going to include this as like a little packet, and then she can either reuse it or throw, you know, parties or whatever, I don't know, whatever she wants to do. So this is a shaker, another one of the shaker stockings, and I just used I Love Silver with snow and cocoa. And it's just a satisfactory shake. Using this foam board, I will never go back to using anything else. I love it. And for my top piece, I don't use acetate. I find acetate to be very expensive. And sometimes it doesn't cut all the way through with the die. So I use transparency film. So it's like Apollo transparency film that I get from Amazon. And you get, it's not super cheap, but you get so much that it's totally worth it. Meeka, I'm sorry my bags are falling apart. I think I'm just going to roll with it because I don't know if I have any more handy. This is a memory decks card. I actually made it last year, and I'm just loving this really big rosette here. So it's got a rosette that I use paper from the collection, the acetate piece from the collection, one of the snowflakes from the snowflake pack, a chipboard, and then a little Hobby Lobby snowflake there, and a jingle bell and a dangle. I mean a tassel as like a little dangle. This really is not a lot, Meeka. I'm so sorry. This is underwhelming, and that you made me more. I'll just have to owe you. This is an envelope accordion mini album. I got this tutorial from Bambi Dear, who is Amber. And I just have some glitter cardstock here. I did a print and cut of a bunch of elements from the collection onto some shimmer paper, which is an idea I actually stole from Meeka. So I have another little print and cut shimmery snowflake here that I've popped one of these little bows. These bows are inspired by Vanessa, who is Soto Creates, and this is a Pink and Maine die. It's a small bow die from Pink and Maine, and it cuts like butter. It's one of my favorite dies. I reach for it all the time. And so I just put that on top. I tried to keep the book embellishments flat so that when everything is out of here, she can use this as memory keeping or journaling place. So once she takes everything out of the little pockets, it'll lie flat, and she'll be able to just tuck photos or journaling cards in there, just whatever. And this first one, I pretty much put a bunch of die cuts and then whatever little print and cut pieces I had left that I didn't use. So there's some Merry Days ones in there, and some Snow and Cocoa. And now, of course, they won't go back in. There we go. All right, and this one just has the puffy stickers from Target, the card section. So I just cut those into small pieces that would fit in there and put it in there. And then I have some red and green gems to share, and some of the pink Valentine's tulle from Dollar Tree. So it just kind of, it's really like thick right now, but once she takes everything out, it'll work itself out. It'll lay flat, and she can just use it to keep her photos from Christmas in and do some memory keeping, or she can use it to organize her die cuts, you know, whatever she wants to do. And that's it for the handmade stuff. Now the box, I spray painted the box because I feel like you can never get the paper to cut this big. But if you're going to do that, I highly recommend, of course, doing it outside and then literally let it air out for days and days, because your girl was getting high off spray paint. But here I have just used a bunch of the shimmer paper print and cuts that I have just layered up. And then this, I love this paper. It's probably one of my favorites from the collection. And then on this one, it's an actual Memory Decks card that she can take off of there and add to her Memory Decks collection. And I'm not even sure that I'm going to wrap this stuff. She's like, literally just take the stuff and put it in a box and send it. So Meeka, I'm very sorry. This is not my usual style, but I really just want to be done. I have two face masks in here. One for her daughter. I like to put those in a separate bag in case they spill out. Same thing with the candy. I put it in a separate bag so it doesn't spill out or melt or whatever, which obviously everything's cold right now, but I got her some of the salted peppermint bark from Starbucks, which is really, really good. I got her a set of Color Street nails. She wanted the Bloody Gorgeous. I went ahead and got her that. Those are so pretty. And then there's more treats. I got Sweet Chaos Peppermint Crunch, and I had to check. It doesn't expire till 5/6, so you're good. This is a color changing cup from Starbucks. It's one of the, you can use it, like, wash it like in the dishwasher 30 times or something. But it changes colors when you pour hot coffee in there. The cup changes colors. And these are the peppermint mocha Vias that you can add to water and make a latte. So you could use hot or iced water, I guess, just whatever you're going for. And then I've got some little ornaments from Hobby Lobby. I don't know if she was able to make it to Hobby Lobby, but I went one time in November and I went ahead and picked those up for her. And then I can't even remember what I put in here. I was like, oh, I'll use the towel to wrap the stuff up. But yeah, she had needed some Velcro dots, so I picked her some of those up at the Dollar Tree. She's not able to get there much. And then I have these mini rustic bags. These came from Dollar General. I thought they were so pretty to include, like, little goodies. These were actually just for my stash. I've had them for years and haven't used them, so I passed those along. These are patch pins from the Dollar Tree this year, which would make great little embellishments. I have some puppy stickers from Dollar General. And this is not Christmas themed at all, but it just reminded me of her. And it's got like little unicorn coffee cups and little puffy stickers, and it was just cute. So I just threw that in there. And that is about it. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I will try to remember to link everything that I mentioned in the information box down below. But if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I really hope Meeka enjoys this. I'm really sorry that it's not very much, but I really had fun making it. I'm sorry it took me so long. But I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll catch you in the next crafty video.